Local gyms have had to change the way they operate in order to comply with current health regulations. But today, Joe V is at a Beaverton gym that is all about adapting. He joins us live with more from Adapt Training.
Hey guys, so right now I am trying to keep my balance here thanks to Jeff Nelson at Adapt Training. We're learning about how they have adapted to deal with our current situation as it relates to health guidelines, safety guidelines. What is the workout that I'm doing right now? What is this exercise?
Here we call it a lateral duck walk, and we've just elevated you up on the beam to add a little balance challenge. As you've been feeling, you're doing pretty great. And all we're trying to do is get that independent movement of each hip. Toes forward, engaging that rear leg.
So what is this doing for my body then, Jeff?
So what we're trying to do is get those hips separated, right? We've all been, I mean, you at home too, you've been sitting there on your Zoom calls, you've been in this position, so we're trying to get the chair out of the body, right? We've been in this position, we want to move the hips, we want to move the shoulder blades, so that way you can go and enjoy life again now that we've kind of reopened things.
Now, for people just joining us, as we talked about in our last hour, you guys, I mean, every gym has had to basically kind of reconfigure the way you work here. So you can see they've got all this really cool workout stuff. They've got this staircase, but it's all kind of partitioned out now. For example, you see these like little white borders here, and that's basically, that's a specific area where you've only have what? I think you said a maximum of 3 people like in this entire space.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. I think we were talking, this is probably about 300 square feet. You can see actually behind us, they're similar. They've got 2 spaces, so if you're using a staircase, you're not gonna have more than 1 person in their same workout space, and it gets disinfected between each set.
And, if you're exercising, you don't have to wear a mask, but obviously the personnel, you can see, look at that, they got the shield on there like you're going to, I don't know, work on my teeth or something like that. All right. Now, we were talking about these bars that you have right here. I think one of the kind of unique things about you guys is you have all this equipment that people might find out in the real world, right? I mean, yes, it's gym equipment, but you could maybe replicate this at your local park or even at home, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you might see the shopping cart returns. You probably don't want to do it there. You look a little awkward, but...
There's some movements here that you said I could do, right?
So we're talking about an inverted row. So one of the big things is the back, right? Making sure our shoulder blades are moving. Squeeze those shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes. You're just going to bring your chest up. You can see this is a wide grip, right? So it's going to work that back a little differently. At the gym, we do bent over rows. This just gives us a little easier way to do it. And then, Joe, we can actually progress.
I can get a little down and dirty here on the ground, right?
There you go. So and now this is a little
function
though? Same deal. Squeeze the glutes. We want to extend the hips. And then full lockout. Try not to rest on the bottom. Bring your feet back a little bit so we're getting that hip extension too. So this is a double bang. We talked about getting the hips moving, getting the shoulder blades engaged. So this one's great for working those, and then combined with that, we're going to get that nice hip and shoulder blade movement.
There's all sorts of unique movements. This is one that we were trying off camera, so I'm going to see if I can do this.
That's right. We're having a little fun here.
This is a little more advanced movement. You're not going to start with this, right?
Right.
This is a what do we call this? This is like a bear crawl, right?
Lateral bear crawl. Yep.
Okay.
So again, now we're getting the hips moving independently. You got the shoulders working together. It's a great
all
movement.
that stuff you did as a kid screwing around on the playground, you had no idea that, it's actually helping you get in shape. Okay, now Adapt Training, they're here in Beaverton. In addition to these classes, and you do one-on-ones, you do small groups, you also do an online class as well,
correct?
Correct?
Virtual training, classes, therapy, exactly.
So a number of ways you can get your workout in. Of course, we'll have more information at kptv.com. Jeff, thank you very much. We'll have more with you coming up in just a bit. Now, time for the dismount. Nails landing. Let's send it back to you guys in the studio.
Well, it's good stuff. I did those bear crawls once when I worked out there, and it is a workout. Just doing that, it's not easy to do.
Yeah, it is. So
it's neat.